What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of Draft to Glory. That is right guys, ooh, I can't turn down 3 back formations right now. We're looking for that 194 is what we're looking for. But welcome back to Draft to Glory guys. If you're enjoying the draft videos that we've had recently, drop a thumbs up. We're going to carry on taking these Festival of Football cards because I just find them to be unbelievably overpowered. And on top of that, they're the highest rated cards in the game right now, so if we are going for high rated drafts, we're going to need them. And although Yarmolenko gets a soft link to Rob N there, Yarmolenko will not make it into my final team. Di Maria could potentially make it into the final team, but even if he doesn't and sits on the bench, a nice 86 rated to bring up the rating there, pretty damn sweet. So let's hope for some nice big, yes. Ooh. I mean, Higuain is a soft link to Di Maria, but Team of the Year, Harry Kane. This card is so good. I cannot turn it down. I need that Alexis Sanchez here, man. Ooh. I don't want to take a 4th league in one, but it's very difficult to turn down a 95 rated. I know Mane gets soft link to Kane and they'd both be on 7 chemistry no matter what. I got to take that Isco card, man. It just feels like the right thing to do. It might be the wrong thing to do. It feels like the right thing to do. So we get Franck Oiboi and Ivan Perisic. I'm going to take... They both have super high rated cards. I'm going to take Ribéry. We're going to keep that Bundesliga. But it's a good chance to link. I'm glad we got these out of the way already, though, to be honest. Jesus, none of these even... None of these guys work. We'll take the Argentinian guy. He gives 1 soft link to Di Maria. This is the worst chem draft. Ooh-wee. Luka Modric is where it's at. We get that strong link into Isco. Brilliant start. I like this. I'm liking the look of this draft to start with, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be whether or not we can hit... Hey, big Harold. It's going to be about whether or not we can hit the right cards for the rest of this draft. Calcioi doesn't work. We do have a Bundesliga player. He does get a soft link to Rob N. So we'll take him just for that soft link to Rob N. Come on, give me someone big, man. Zul gets a strong link to Rob N. So I can't really not take him, can we? We're going to take him. Is 84 rated. Give me a Boateng or a Hummels, man. Come on. Or a Godin. I don't mind that at all. We'll swap those 2 around. We'll swap those... Oh, no. We'll leave it like that for the time being. And then in goal... Bundesliga or La Liga is what I want, and a high rated. We didn't get it. We did get David De Gea. I'm going to take De Gea. So I've taken a really high rated squad so far. I need like 3 or 4 key players to bomb them together, to gel the chemistry between this squad together to get it up there. Are we going to get it? That's a good start. We'll take Alexis Sanchez. We'll pop him in at left wing. We'll then swap around those 2. That gets us to 62 chem. That boosts us up to 71 chemistry now. We've got 3 pink cards in there as well, but we've still got a silver card in there. Ooh. Ooh. Eden Hazard doesn't get a strong link, which is sad. Neymar doesn't get a strong link. Thomas Muller at right forward would actually get good enough chemistry if we can get him 1 more link in that team. So I'm going to take Thomas Muller and we're going to pop him in there instead. And we actually go up on chemistry anyway, which is good news. And I could actually put Franck Ribéry. Oh, that is ideal. Mats Hummels. Look at this, guys. Mats Hummels goes in. And then Franck Ribéry goes in. And boom, we go up to a nice big 82 chemistry with those 5 Bayern players. It's a 94 rated squad right now as well. That is magic. Oh, we could genuinely get one of the... We could get a first 194. We're going to have to take Dybala. It doesn't fit with anyone. We've got a Bundesliga / Premier League / La Liga hybrid. I still need a couple of dudes to link for chemistry. These are not the kind of guys that we want. What do we really need? We need a goalkeeper. That would get us up to... like towards 90 chemistry, and like honestly like a Ronaldo, dudes. Like, you know, Ronaldo and 2 La Liga, basically Bundesliga or La Liga players is what we want. We want to get rid of those Premier League players, and Ter Stegen is genuinely the best goalkeeper that we could have asked for there. He goes in, he gets 10 chem. Godin now up to 7 from 4. That bops us up to 88 chemistry, and we are now a Cristiano Ronaldo and any Bundesliga player away from 100 chemistry, I believe. Augustinson's nice and high rated. We could take Joshua Kimmich. Doesn't really actually help the squad in any way. He's only 84 rated as well, so we'll take Augustinson there for a nice high rated. We're 93 rated at the moment. We've got a couple of high rated dudes on the reserves that we could throw in. It's kind of killed the vibe a little bit. That has. Let's take Sidibe off and put Dybala on. Are we still at 94? No, we're 93 now. I might get my second only ever 193 though coming up here. Ooh, that Fabinho card is I mean, it doesn't fit into the squad at this current moment in time, but we'll take him anyway. Next up, we've got a Paul Pogba, Javi Martinez, and a Toni Kroos. Ooh. Javi Martinez is big because he will get 3 bonus chem ahead of Frank Ribery. Toni Kroos is big because he will link with all of the Germans and a strong link to Modric, which will give him perfect chemistry, as will Robben have perfect chemistry. That is tricky. I don't know what the right choice is here. Because if we take Martinez, he will get a soft link to Isco. I've got to take Kroos. It seems like the right thing to do. We got up to 95 chemistry with Toni Kroos and back up to a 93 rated squad as well. So we're 5 chem points off, which no manager can save us. We need to get a strong link to Harry Kane or a strong link to Alexis Sanchez or Cristiano Ronaldo or Gareth Bale. Those are kind of the options right now. Well, there's that Gareth Bale that I asked for, but I'm actually not sure that he will get more chemistry because he's a right wing at left forward. Neymar just doesn't work. Eden Hazard is as useful as Alexis Sanchez. I'm going to take Bale anyway because he's 94 rated. What does that do? Yeah, we actually lose 5 chem points there by popping Gareth Bale in. Everybody's on 10 chem except Godin and our 3 attackers. Oh, if we put Gareth Bale up at right forward. How unlucky is that, man? Gareth Bale goes there and then Thomas Muller just doesn't quite... It just doesn't fit. You know what I mean? It just doesn't fit. That's too bad. This last pick could be everything, guys. If we can get a Cristiano Ronaldo or a Bayern's like right side, it's not happening. It's just not happening. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We actually get a Liga Santander player. We get Agra. I don't know if that's enough to actually help us out there. I don't know why I took him either. I don't think this helps us out at all. No, it doesn't. So that's going to be the squads. We sadly can't get full chem. We can only get 4 more points best. And in fact, we can't even get 4. We can get 3 more points maximum. So we can only go up to 98 chemistry unless I'm missing something alarmingly obvious. Which I might be. What about putting Ribery up there? Is there a way? Is there a way? Because we've got Augustinson as well from Bundesliga. We just don't have enough Bundesliga players. That's too bad. It is a 93 rated. It is a heavy team. It's a really, really good squad. I just can't get the chemistry. That takes us up to 97. He takes us to 96. He takes us to 97, 96, and 97. So just depends on... yeah, basically we're going to give Godin and Isco the chemistry. So 97 chemistry, 93 rated. It's actually a 190, which is still pretty big. It's a really cool hybrid as well. Three leagues in there with some absolutely fantastic players. And then on the bench, we've got some big players that we can bring in. Because that Zul card, I'm not overly keen on. He's a little bit slow. Godin with Catalyst, no problem. Hummels with Catalyst, no problem. So we'll probably look to bring on either Fabinho or Augustinson for Zul. And then we shall bring on probably Gareth Bale for Toni Kroos. at one stage or another, and then pop Muller into the middle of the park and Gareth Bale up top. But guys, this is a good draft. I hope we can do good things. I'm always exposed with the 3 at the back. You know, if I come up against someone half decent, we could be in a bit of trouble. But that is going to be the squad. Let's get into the action. Okay guys, as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 191 squad. It's a weird 191 because he's got some massive players in there. Hazard, Modric, Ramos, De Gea, Marquisio, that is a great card by the way, Costa and Dybala. But then he's got Mandzukic, DeMarcos, Christensen and Danny Rose. And I look at those 4 and I just think, come on, no way am I going to lose to a guy with a team like that. And I was right, because we start off really well with Harry Kane after just 13 minutes, getting up by 1. And it was just kind of like the start of a really good half for me, you know. Dominated the half, could have had a second, a third, a fourth. We eventually did get that second. Isco there plays it into Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale back to Isco, scoops around, shoots and scores to make it 2-0. And I was thinking, man, I'm in cruise control here. We're going to go through with a nice, comfortable round 1 victory. But no, my opponent had other ideas into the second half. His first attack of the half from kickoff, and he puts together a really nice passing move, pulls me apart there, and pulls it back to 2-1 in the 47th minute. And then it just got from bad to worse for me. I ended up getting a red card there. Mats Hummels diving through the back. I actually tried to cross it with the previous player. I had a little bit of button delay, a little bit of huge input delay there. Got a deserved red. It was a foul, you know, went through the back of him. Ended up getting a red card, and from the free kick he lays it in, plays one pass in to Neymar, scoops around, has a shot, and that's really poor from, you know, the goalkeeper there. You expect him with the saves of feet trait to be able to save that. It was right at him, right, you know, right in his path there. I still fought hard. I still, you know, I thought I dominated this game. I brought a defender on, took one of the right-hand side players off, eventually got in down that left-hand side, and there was Gareth Bale to head home and score the final goal of 5. And that was a game that could have been, you know, a first-round exit that we're talking about here. This could have been the end of the video. You know, like, okay, guys, let's go into a PAX and get a draft token or something like that. But fortunately, we held strong. You can see I dominated the chances, possession, pass. Well, his passing was actually great, 95, but possession was in my favour. Tackles was in my favour. Shots and on target were in my favour. And ultimately, I think I did deserve to just about scrape that win. Into the second game, this guy's got a 4-3-3 squad, really nice squad, 80 chemistry only, but 90 rated there, and some great players, Marcelo, Ronaldo, Matuidi, that team of the season, Nainggolan and Courtois, although off chem. But generally quite a nice squad for him up in there, right there. And this was a much easier game for us. We got in behind with Alexis Sanchez here, cuts it across to Arjen Robben, who shoots and scores to make it 1-0. It soon became 2-0. Penalty spot from Harry Kane, of course. Who else? And he pops that one behind to make it 2-0. And then I believe it was another penalty that made it 3-0. Was it a corner? It was a corner here. The corner comes in, and Big Harold at that near post. I love Harry Kane for that, man. And he's the best at it, for what it's worth. I've played with a lot of players at that near post before. Ronaldo's, Aubameyang seems to stand there. I think Hummels stands there if you've ever got Hummels. Ronaldo stands at the R9 Ronaldo. A lot of players stand there. Nobody wins as many headers as Harry Kane does. Even Ibra doesn't win the headers that Harry Kane does. Into the semi-final, we'll come up against a really nice 4-3-2-1 squad. The 98 Suarez, 93 Modric, 2 team of the years in there. Kyle Walker out on that right back slot. Gareth Bale, birthday left back. Really nice squad in general. And this was a really tough opening. This guy was just making no attempt to really try and win the game. I ended up giving up possession and then tackling the ball straight back into him. And he got an easy tap in there with Raheem Sterling. And at that point, this guy, you know, he just really tried to slow the game down and just like burn possession and stuff. And I was having none of it. I got in behind with Harry Kane there, squares it to Gareth Bale, who taps that one home to make it 1-1. And after it became 1-1, I just really started to control this game. It's like this guy had lost his rag because he had conceded 1 goal. And at 1-1, he was playing like a man that was 5-0 down. It was really weird. And you can see I got 1 penalty, I got another penalty, and that's just because he was just being a fool in the box. You know, he kept pulling his keeper, sliding around, and he actually just made it ridiculously easy for me to eventually go through and win this game. Isco there with the ball into Gareth Bale, and Gareth Bale with a great, tidy finish to make it 4-1. And at this point, I'm pretty confident I'm going through to the final. We eventually made it 5-1 as well. Gareth Bale with a lovely little drag back, gets in behind the other defender as well. I don't know if he played right. I think he held his right bumper there and brought his defender out. You can see him sliding again. Gareth Bale with the roulette, taps it to Isco. He slams that one home and scores to make it 5-1. So we go into a final, and really strong performance from the team. This team just generally played absolutely amazing. And into the final, once again, I made the mistake of not recognising that my opponent had a guest. And when you come up against a team in the final with a guest, you know it's going to be trouble because they've made it all the way to the final. They have low chemistry. They've got a great team, even though they have low chemistry. Courtois was subbed on immediately for the silver goalkeeper. And low chem with a guest is even less relevant than low chem without a guest because you're controlling two of the players at all time. You know, they were able to really just press me, and I had to work so hard just to pass the ball. It was ridiculous. I think my pass accuracy was in the 70s by the end of this game because these guys just really knew how to, one of them marked the space and one of them pressed the man, and it was just really difficult to deal with. I actually ended up getting a 2-0 lead, though the ball goes through there to Gareth Bale, and that's a beautiful finish from Bale to make it 2-0. And I just thought to myself, hey man, if I just hang on here, we're going to end up getting a win. They did end up getting one goal back, though, to make it 2-1, as you can see. But then a silly offside trap basically cost them the chance of getting back in the game. I should have squared that to one of my 5 guys there. Got lucky enough that the rebound fell to my player, and then you can see they pulled their goalkeeper out at this stage. Get the ball back with Hummels there. Muller picks up the loose ball and just punts that towards the goal, and it flies in the back of the net. And I go through and win the draft 4-1. So really happy to have won the draft, but if they just didn't play silly at 2-1 with 5 minutes left, they could easily have got back into the game and maybe even won. But guys, we won the draft. Super happy with that. That is the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the packs. Alright guys, so we pick up our 73rd draft win. I actually can't believe that. Like, we've only played 130 drafts this year and we've won 73 of them. I'm actually going to get a percentage calculator up because I can't do a math in my head right now, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to find out what is 73 is what percent of 130, and it is a 56% draft win rate. That's absurd. That's absolutely incredible. My win rate as well is pretty high. My general win rate is 390 wins from 447 games. I have an 87.2% win rate in draft. And think of all the games that I've thrown and all the silly drafts that we've done. I'm genuinely blown away by how successful Draft to Glory has been this year so far. And we're not even over. My aim is genuinely to try and get us to 100 draft wins. That would be amazing. This team was fantastic. As promised, or as suggested that I would do, Toni Kroos came off. Gareth Bale went on. And Fabinho came on. There was one game, the first round, I got Hummels sent off. It was actually button delay, funnily enough. I went to try and cross it, and that's how long it took for it to register my cross, where the ball got played up, and then Hummels slid through when I wasn't even trying to do anything. But it didn't really make any difference. Hummels came off. We popped. I think I took Arjen Robben off actually because he had low stamina. Hummels with the red card went up there. Robben came off. Augustinsson came on for one game. So that was the first game, and then from the rest of it, it was how we set it up to be, and just a fantastic performance. I mean, my goal conceded ratio has come down dramatically. We're now nearly down at 1.8 goals conceded per match, when we was up at like 2.2 50 episodes ago, you know. So it's really come down, which I'm super happy with. And our goals scored per game is still way high, at an average of 4.26 over 450 odd games, or 450 or so games. That's phenomenal. Like, it genuinely is. And once again, we kept it up here as well. We're just actually a little bit under it here, but 3-2, 3-0, 5-1, 4-1. Games 2 and 3 were really comfortable. Game 1 was tricky, no less because of the red card, but also because I gave up the lead a couple of times. The final was really tough, actually. I usually don't play guests generally, specifically not in the final. I didn't notice that the guy I played against had a guest, and it was tough, man. They swarmed me the whole game. It was probably one of my, it was probably one of my worst ever pass rates in Draft to Glory. We get, again, this trash reward. It's one of the worst that you can possibly get. We're going to get it. So we get nothing in this first pack because we get the orange flare or the orange mist before we get the white mist. So sadly, nothing. I suppose a Shadow Chem style isn't the worst. How much are these going for these days? I mean, they're back up to like 3.5, 4k. That's okay. That's not too bad at all. So we'll make 4k back off of that. 1 point some odd k from the match earnings. Sorry, from the discard. 3k from match earnings. We probably made 8k back. So we're probably looking for about 7k right here. Which we'll actually get out of these packs just because of how the pack is set up for 7. Actually, maybe not, to be fair. 7k might be tricky. No, we'll easily make 7k. A couple of good position modifiers there. A couple of fitness cards. Parolo's always a good player that will sell for like 12 to 1500. A few coins there for Phillips. And then last but not least, guys, once again, just showing full well that it doesn't matter how often you win the draft, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Again, we lost in the semi-final yesterday and we packed Mats Hummels. We win 2 drafts out of the last 3 and we literally don't make profit out of the 2 drafts that we've won, but we made profit out of the draft that we lost in the semi-final. It doesn't make sense to me. But that, guys, is going to be the end of the video for today. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.